Hello artist, in today's video I'm sharing just some snippets from my studio. You will see today's video is very color focused, and yes, there'll probably be a little bit of crochet and yarn, but this is not the focus, and I'll try to put timestamps below if you're not interested in yarny goodness, but it's really not the focus of this video. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Irit. I'm a color-led intuitive artist based in Austria and Europe, and on my channel I share my artsy adventures. Today is more like an artist vlog. I also want to tell you that I have a new class. It's called the Rainbow Method, and it's all about exciting, colorful strategies to help you create art you love with joy and ease. It's not just for people who paint very colorfully. The strategies can work even if you have a completely different color sense than me. It is a strategy, it is tools, and I always encourage my fellow artists, participants, students to explore their own artistic voice. I really dislike kind of step-by-step instructions. It's great, especially if you are starting out, but then at some point, if your goal is to create art that is authentic to you, that is unique to you, at some point you need to kind of break free from following step-by-step tutorials, and I encourage you to do that in all of my courses, but this one in particular is really about getting into your own creative practice and habit and really making it easier if you, like me, find yourself many times just uninspired. Before we get into today's, what I'm actually doing and showing and painting and all these things, I was struggling for the last months with functioning, basically. And I needed art more than ever because for me, painting is also, besides the fact that I want to paint and, I'm an artist and that's my job, I also use art as a way to relieve stress. It is my therapy. And, we're told that we need inspiration, but many times that inspiration doesn't come. And so what do you do when you really need to paint because you want to feel good, you want to relax and ease into your creative time and practice, but you're actually feeling really down, you're not feeling creative, you're not feeling inspired? So that is what the course tackles. And yeah, for the month of February, it is available for an introductory price of $97 instead of the full price, which is $147. And it is still a bargain, but especially for that introductory price, there's tons of video content, a lot of tutorials, a lot of techniques, and a lot of step-by-step clear projects to just teach you the strategies. It's not, let's paint a tree. So I would love to see you in the class, and let's get to arting. So I'm trying to really kind of lean into my color cravings at the moment and really do a lot with what makes me happy. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is 100 days or 100 pieces. It's going to be probably like studies, that sort of thing. Based on, inspired by Wendy Brightspill's free class. You can check that out, and I think she's also sharing some of her works on Instagram. And I think the key here is to really find a subject that you want to explore. She's doing, I think, abstract florals, and her work is always so inspiring to me and so glorious, and I immediately want to kind of do what she's doing, but I started a little bit and it didn't really work for me. So I think I've done a lot of abstract florals, a lot, like hundreds of paintings over the years. It's really fun for me to paint because it's always a great reason to use a lot of colors, but I thought I would go just a little bit more basic, where again, I can kind of do a lot in shorter amounts of time, which in itself, it's not like a goal that, you know, everyone should aspire to, but I just think I need to do a lot to really find what is exciting to me right now. So I'm very much into pink and I'm really kind of leaning into it, and you see that because it really improves my mood. I'll also show you some of my crocheting right now, so you'll see where I'm at. The effect that these colors are having on my mental state is a major reason that I want to like explore it and really explore how color is making me feel. So this is a color I'm obsessed with right now. This is Light Rose from Amsterdam, and it is very, 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 very similar to this color, Rose from Flash. I think maybe this one is just like a tad deeper than this one, but they're very, very similar. The advantage, I love the formula Flash better than this formula, but this I can go to my local art store and buy. It is very, very economical for, you know, artist grade paint. Yeah, this is their standard series. I don't know, they have also an expert series. See, this is like expert acrylic. So I picked out this color. You can see where I'm at, right? You see this. I also went to the store and also picked up this. Really leaning into this instead of like trying to, I don't know, do something else. So I'm trying to do almost daily like these color studies, and I'm really loving indigo right now. It's another color that is making a comeback, and I love how it looks with this pink that I'm into. So let me just show you. I'm just like color studies, and what I pay attention to when I'm doing these kinds of things is right now I'm really, really focused on color. So which colors I really am drawn to and which, like the color craving, so which one I like to be next to each other. I talk a lot about this in the rainbow method, but this is not a fixed thing, right? It changes with your mood and your feelings and whatever you're doing. But right now I'm trying to figure out where I am. So you can see it's kind of the same colors, like repeating in different methods. Like this, for example, does nothing for me. Like this yellow on top of this indigo, don't like it at all. But this is like the same yellow, right? When it's next to like these teal colors and these like bright reds, I love it. So that's more about color cravings. I'm also trying to use up some previous works on paper that I don't like. So with acrylic, it's great because I can really cover them up. This color is opaque, so I can start this as like my base layer. So playing around with that, and I took this I bought this years ago, I think actually in the US. So the last time I was in the US, I think this was 2019. And I think I bought this there. So this is rice paper, and I'm using it because it just feels less precious than like watercolor paper. And I actually numbered all of the papers so that I can really go through these color studies. And these, I don't know, I might add color to them or not. I have to like look at them and see how I feel and then decide. Then this, you can see this is like super not fussy, not thinking about anything, just exploring color. And then this one I did following a recent video from Betty Frank on YouTube. I love her channel. Right now, her videos and Sandy Hester's videos are my favorite to watch. I don't paint in their style, but I love their color sense, right? It's always about color. And Betty does more like abstract work, which I'm really, really drawn to. And she also has a fantastic course if you want to kind of learn how she, like, about her process, but she has a ton of like really great videos on YouTube, so you don't have to pay for a course if you don't want to. But if I can support people that I enjoy like watching and feel inspiring, then I really try to, you know, also walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So I took her class, and again, a lot of the things, like a lot of her process doesn't necessarily work for me. This is very much inspired by her style. And what I find is that I don't know how much this like repeating, you know, the same color overall is working for me. Right now, I'm really into just having, you know, one place for a certain color, right? Like here. Right? The colors don't repeat. They just are there in one place. So, but it's always great to like flex your muscles and just learn about your preferences, your color preferences, your color cravings and all that. So I did that. And then I have the large piece here, which I'll show you. I'll show you a few things going on in my room right now. So what did I say? Yeah, if you like this really light shade of pink, of course you can mix this yourself, but I want to be able to use like a ton of it and have it really handy and fast. So for me, it's just not really viable to all the time mix it myself. And since I can find it, I just got, I think this is their largest container, but they have it in like smaller tubes. That's also a nice thing about Amsterdam, that they have all kinds of size tubes. Let me show you. So before you spend money, you can buy the tiny one. Of course, the larger you get, the more economical it gets. But if, you know, you're not sure if you will use a color, you can buy it in a little tube. And then they have these. These are 120 mils. These are 250. And then these are 500 milliliters, so half a liter. I think this will be my go-to just because, you know, I can use a lot of it without being too precious. And I also picked up this color, which I like. It's almost white. I'll show you how it looks next to the white. Right now you can see. So it's just a little bit warmer. And it's really nice. Again, it's opaque. I'm really into opaque things right now. And where did I use it? See, this is here. I used it here. So you can see kind of the difference with white. So I'm also into that right now, into like these colors. This is another really pretty color. It's called Venetian Rose. You can see it's more of like a peachy color. So really leaning into my color cravings at the moment. This is another fun one that I found. I talked about my love for Holbein's pinks in a previous video, like the monthly favorites. And I stand behind this. I love them, like luminous rose. I can't find this color, but I am trying to find similar colors that are more affordable, that I can just use a lot of without getting too precious. So I wanted to try this. This is called Neon Magenta. It's just from my local art store, their own brand. This is like even their studio. It's not their like fancy colors. And this is this here. So it's not as like garish as a lot of like the fluorescent colors. It's nothing like this, right? This is this here, but still usable, and I can have fun with pink and not get too precious about using my more fancy, expensive Holbein paints. So this is the piece that I'm working on right now. If you want to really tackle painting a larger kind of abstract color-led canvas, I highly recommend you join my Rainbow Method class, because we do that together and it is so much more easy, so much easier than you think, because there are very clear steps. And here I've already done like the first 2 steps, and now I'm a little bit stuck with this piece. So there are like 2 options, either to put it away, but I am leaning towards not doing that right now, because I think I will I want to keep working on it while I'm still interested, because I know I will lose interest. And these are also colors I'm a little bit crushing on right now. This is Holbein's Ice Green, which I showed you, and this is their acrylic wash in Pale Mint. Also really liking that. I think that is this color here, if I'm not mistaken. It's really, really pretty. Already you can see a few things that are bothering me, like this color here, that doesn't belong. I think I will get rid of it. I don't know what else. Like, do I like that blue here? I don't know. I like the indigo. I think it really gives like that pop. I don't know. I have to, this canvas is like sitting, looking at me, and I'm looking at it, and I don't know how we feel about each other. My little paint Rascock here is getting a little bit crowded. I think it might be a good time for a decluttering. And I think a few of the colors here are not really serving me, like this Venetian pink. I'm not feeling it at the moment. So I think it can go to a place that is not like prime real estate, where I can still find it, I can still get it, but it's not, I don't need it to take up this valuable real estate, because you see it's getting a little bit crowded here. This color, I'm like so in love with it. I think in Jackson's they have slightly bigger tubes, but this is like ridiculous, this paint. I don't know if it's because it's like so expensive or people just use the tiny tubes. This is like the large tube, and I just used it on one painting and ran out of it, and I can't find anything that looks like this. Somewhere between like this pink and red. It's just so pretty. So Opera Red from Turner. Ugh, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And I'm very sad that I ran out of it. This is making me so happy. I'm trying to use up my stash, not just like to use it up, but to really enjoy what I have. I did make, wait, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it. I made a cover for my chair there, from this like fur yarn. So I used some of it. I used like 3 skeins. Really happy about that. So this is from mini, like, you know, one of these like advent calendars that they have now. So they do this in yarn, and it is, it's like the best thing. I mean, look at this yummy yarn. So I got this as a Christmas present, and this was in 2022, so not the recent Christmas. And of course it was sitting doing nothing. So I finally decided, now let's talk a little bit about, this is crochet. This is like a granny square. I absolutely love these, but since this is like really fancy yarn, then if you're not familiar, crochet needs more yarn than knitting. So for some time I was thinking, you know, I should do something knitted with these like gorgeous, gorgeous mini skeins, because, you know, it uses less yarn. But then I was like, no, do what you love with it, and that would be the best way to use it. So I am really loving, this is like a super simple granny square, and I just have kind of 7 rounds, and then I do a round of single crochet around it. And I think this will be a blanket, probably, because I don't think I will wear something this colorful except for, you know, like videos, like YouTube videos. You can see here. This I didn't make, this I bought, but I saw it and I was just like, what is this yarn magic? So I think I'll make a blanket or something that I can put in my room and really enjoy it and like see it all the time, as opposed to something to wear that I know I won't wear a lot of. It's just because I love wearing colorful clothes at home, or I love wearing like, you know, like a bright pink something, but I don't see myself walking around with like a rainbow cardigan outside. That's on me. That's just like, I know me. How pretty is this? Like the colors, I just can't get enough of these colors. Makes me so happy. I'm also working on the next row in my pretty little rainbow blanket. Again, trying to use my stash and I'm frogging some projects that I just didn't get into or I don't really like. So there's like things to frog. Have to frog this. This I started without, without gauging, without anything. And it's just like humongous and it can't be anything. So doing that, doing some swatches. Oh, I picked out this. I was in town, as I said before, and I picked out this magazine. This is a yarn brand. And this just has, I thought it had like the prettiest patterns. Oh, this is so pretty. So I thought you could really I can build my own wardrobe, in colors that I love. And of course there are all the patterns here. And I just really, really like the vibe of a lot of the pieces here. Like this one's really, really cute. This is very me. This would be such a staple in my wardrobe. And also something pretty like this stripy ones. Not exactly these colors, but this one. I loved the colors on this one. So I don't know. I won't make all of them, but I just really loved all the patterns here. They are written in German. And I have to say, I haven't followed a German pattern. But since I speak German, I hope I can figure it out. I mean, look at this dress. I don't know if I if I could or would wear this, but how pretty is that? So, so pretty. I mean, I could wear it. And I could make it, the nice thing, if you make these things yourself, you can make it whatever length you want. Like maxi dresses, I'm not tall at all, to say the least, quite a small person. So I think for me, I would probably cut this below the knee. Very, very pretty. And the nice thing about this is, I really get attached to like colors that I see, and then you have to like track down the yarn. And this brand is like very available to me. So I can if I get a crush on a colorway, I can find it. This is really pretty. I like the shape of it. I mean, this is quite serious, but I think something like this in like, hot pink or hot red or something, I think that would be pretty. I probably wouldn't have the patience to make something like that, but I don't know. Just really, really lovely pieces. Yeah, so I wonder how it'll be to follow German instructions, but I have a friend who is also a knitter and she speaks German, like she's Austrian, and she speaks also really good English. So I think she would probably be able to help me if I get stuck and Google was not willing to help me. So I got this magazine. I don't know if you can find this. I just thought, it's here. It costs €7.50, so probably around $8. And it just has a lot of patterns that I really, really like. This is both knitting and crochet. I think that is it, and I'll show you, real world stuff. This is the mess. This I have to tackle. The trash bag is yarn that I'm really, really not into, that doesn't make me happy, and it needs to go find a better home. And then, this needs to be dealt with. And I'm going to tackle that now. I think that will be all for this week. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Here is also just a quick little process of how I like to start these color studies. You know how much I hate washing brushes, and using these wedge tools just make things so much easier, especially for, this kind of style, which is just like blocks of color. But yeah, I'm really, really into pink. Shocking, I know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you're into right now, which colors are, giving you the feels. I would love to know. My color cravings and crushes change, but right now it seems very much I'm going through my pink period. and I am trying to embrace my inner Picasso. He was incredibly prolific, and I think right now I just, I want to kind of make a lot of things and use a lot of this color. I don't know, and see how that feels instead of just getting very particular. So we'll see how that works for me. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.